Hi everyone, it's Mack here. Right, going to do another mashup. I had some really nice feedback after the last one, and to anyone that's recommended some mods or suggested their own mods for me to look at, I will get round to them if I've not got round to them in this video. So keep them coming in. Quite happy to look at whatever you think might be worth looking at. But let's crack on with this one. Go! Right, so why don't we just do exactly that. Right, the first is Millwater Retreat by Dark Fox 127 and Evil Mr. Pumpkins. I love the names, boys. Right, yeah, it's a player home basically, down the road from Riverwood, just about there. But this is a player home with a little bit of a difference, and you'll see why. Well, I mean, firstly, you should note that it's quite nice. It's across the lake from where Lakeview Manor is, if you have Hearthfire, and it uses some of the Hearthfire kind of ways of doing things, but it's not quite like that. But anyway, as you'll probably be able to tell when you come to the front door, there's no zoning, you just walk in, which is quite nice because I always find zoning a bit of a pain. And when you first get there, there's not much there, and as you'd expect, there's some stuff you can do, and you do it from the workbench. And as you should be able to already quickly notice, the amounts of money that are involved with equipping it with lights, furnishings, flooring, all sorts of bits and bobs, they're quite high. So this will probably be quite ideal for a player that's been playing for quite a while, got a fairly decent amount of money, and you know, you can equip it with all sorts of things. If you're a Stormcloak, you can put up Stormcloak banners. If you're an Imperial, you can put up Imperial banners. There's different styles of lighting, Gothic and so on, and all of them give a kind of a different feel to the basics of things. And there's even things like this, which I actually found really quite nice. You can customise the statue that's outside to whatever deity you might want to pray to, although the praying doesn't actually work at the moment, but you're still working on that. They're still working on that, so that's good. There's a lot of other things available. You can purchase things like forges and various other things, and people to be here, because that's why there's quite large gaps in certain places. Now all of those people are in Riverwood. You just need to kind of speak to various new people that are in Riverwood, and you know, you can kit this place out. You can even use the boat to travel to other places. Very nice mod. Yeah, definitely worth checking out. Right, this next one is Eva the Magical Fox by Laser. Now, yeah, we've done companion mods, but I like to pick companion mods with a little bit of a difference, and this little fella has a little bit of a difference. It's kind of to the westish of the beacon at Strendar, and when you go there, there will be a kind of a burning house. Well, obviously something catastrophic's happened, and here it is, and inside that house is our little friend Eevee, standing kind of next to his charred master. But yeah, he'll follow you like any other pet or companion, but there's a bit of a difference to this guy. You can feed him things like vampire dust, frost salts, fire salts, various different things like that, and it'll change his abilities. So when you feed him frost salts, it becomes all frosty and everything like that. I think void crystals turn him into a kind of a lightning kind of black cloud type thing. And I mean, he's got the frost salts on here, and obviously he does frost damage. But look at him go, he's pretty mean. I mean, although Chuck's getting his head kicked in, but you know, he's pretty mean on his own. And yeah, I like the fact that you can kind of give him different things and it changes his ability. Where the hell's he going now? Eevee? Oh my god, he's chasing a fox. You're not going to start mating with it. Oh god. Just as well I didn't give you some mating salts, isn't it? Anyway, but yeah, worth checking out this little guy. He's pretty awesome. Talking of foxes, let's move on to a different type of fox. This is a Renewal Elf Reborn, and yeah, she's pretty nice looking, isn't she? But she has a few differences to her too, as well, not just a normal follower. We're in Riverwood at the moment, and the bridge over there that you cross when you go off towards Whiterun, there's a little waterfall, which you can see just in the background over there. Let me just try not to drown. And that's where you meet her. Basically she's a kind of archer, magic, kind of crazy elf, and she arrives butt naked kind of thing, which is always good, and she summons things like spriggans, spiders, that kind of thing. She's got some very like pretty decently customized magic. She tries always to get around behind enemies. She uses her bow, she uses a staff and shield, she uses some awesome magic, really good stuff, and she comes with all of this gear on her when you pick her up. You don't have to equip this, which is obviously really nice. And you also get a book where you can dispel her breasts, which I mean, I've always wanted to do that, of course. I can't think of anything worse than dispelling breasts. But anyway, this is what she looks like when she's got a kind of a mage armory type thing on. That's a spell. And this is what she looks like. She's actually, I put her in some terror armour, just because I thought it kind of suited her. So now we're going to get to see her in battle. There she's just cast that spider there, and you can see the way she's moving. She's trying to kind of get behind and using her magic. She's pretty decent, and now this is her just on her own. I'm not doing anything, and no other companions are helping here, and she's against 2 mammoths. This is on legendary, by the way, and she was using her staff then for a little while, I think, and now she's switched to her shield and her staff, and you know, she holds her own. She's really, really good, pretty fun to have around, and she's a good companion. Had lots of fun with her. Yeah, she's a really nice kind of companion. Now we're going to move on to Imperial Mage Armor by Nata from. I featured one of his armors recently, the Ebony Mage Armor, and yet again he's done some awesome work for other Mage Armor, this time under Imperial in the smithing. And you build the basic components, the basic hood, gauntlets, chest and boots, and then you upgrade them to either a heavy version or an enhanced light version. The stats on them are quite nice, obviously fairly straightforward depending on what level you are, and we can upgrade here. But as with all of his armors, the kind of proof of the pudding is actually in the looking. He's done some fantastic work here yet again. He never disappoints, Natafall. You should check out his other mods if you've only seen the Ebony Mage Armor and this Imperial Mage Armor. He's doing some really cool work. A lot of detail, very, very in keeping with the lore and everything like that. It's not moved too far away from it at all, and if anything, it's actually far better than the stuff you get initially for the Imperial Mages, or even the cloth wearers for that matter, or the light armor wearers. Really, really nice, and this is it out in the world. So yeah, you should go and check this out. He's done some really good work here, and check out his other mods too. Yeah, you can't really go wrong. Right, we've done some armor, let's do some weapons. Dreadknight Weapons set by Jojo. This is pretty sweet. You get a really nice number of weapons in this, and I'll take you through each one. Under smithing in ebony is where you can make them. There's ebony there. Scroll down a little bit and you get quite a few, and they're really nice looking, very similar kind of style to them, but they're mean. I mean, look at them. They're kind of got skulls on them and spikes and kind of dark woods, and yeah, some really, really nice kind of concepts here, even from the maces and the warhammers and the great swords. They all look really, really cool. I personally couldn't pick a favourite. They were all nice. So this is the one-handed axe. Lovely detail. I mean, look at the spines on it and the spikes, and it's just really nice. This is the kind of two-handed axe, which is rather sweet as well. Really mean looking, that. And the bow. I mean, look at that. That's beautiful, isn't it? I mean, done a fantastic job. Jojo's really, really excelled themselves here. And a lovely dagger. I mean, I played a little bit with a dagger and a one-handed sword, and it just looks really pone. And this is the great sword. A little bit of a close-up view to start with. I mean, look at the hilt on it. My God, evil, 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 evil. and a bit of a further away shot so you can see what it looks like from not so close up. Really nice, really nice. This is the mace. I mean, that is really cool as well. You must be able to see now that it's difficult for me to choose a favourite, and this is what it looks like in first person. The mace, beautiful detail on it, absolutely beautiful. Done a fantastic job here. This is the one-handed sword, which, imagine that with a nice silver shield, or even with the dagger in the offhand. You know, it looks pwn, real pwn. Notice the writing on the blade as well. Some really nice little details that make it stand out that you occasionally glimpse when you're fighting and stuff. And this is the kind of two-handed warhammer type thing. But look at it, my god. And I mean, what I love about these weapons, apart from the looks and obviously the fact that they can pump out some good numbers, is that when you're out in the world just getting on with quests and everything like that, you kind of catch a glimpse of it every now and then. And I chose this shot in particular because it's a little bit darker and it kind of stands out a bit, and you think, oh my god, look at my weapon, it's awesome. And then obviously you then pwn a dragon, so yeah, go check it out. So we've done melee weapons, why don't we have a look at a nice crossbow by Reaper 9111 Skyrim for the win. Yeah, this is under steel, so it's not too far into the smithing tree, so no big deal there. However, some of the materials you might need to wait on. You need some charcoal for the actual crossbow and some hag raven feathers for the actual bolts, so a little bit awkward, but it's worth it. I mean, first of all, it looks beautiful and the damage is pretty high, or even the bolts. I mean, look at the bolts, really nice. So here's what it looks like. You know, it's not too big, not too small, but it does pack a punch, this little bad boy. Look at Chuck in the background there. Yeah, bless him. Right, so yeah, I mean, I don't tend to use crossbows very much, even when I was playing through Dawnguard. I just didn't really use them very much, but I'm slowly coming around to them. They're quite nice, but this one, it's got a really nice kind of design to it. I really liked it. It's been done really well, and I really like the fact that it's not too excessive to make it. So yeah, and it's pretty sweet. Get over it, Chuck. Oh my god. It's alright, killer. We'll move on. And the range on it's really good. I managed to actually knock this caster down here. This poor caster, she doesn't end well. Nice kind of fairly smooth reload action, nothing too drastic. It's not particularly slow, not particularly fast. I quite like the pace of it, although my aim has a little bit to be desired, but anyway, yeah, it's quite fun. So if you kind of mainly use bows or something, it's worth checking one of these out. It's quite fun. Yeah, I got a little bit kind of blood crazed here and just started shooting her randomly in the face. But there we go, that's another little collection of mashed up mods. Next time there'll obviously be a fairly decent selection as well. I'm already looking at my next video, which might be about a quest mod, a rather large one. So keep an eye out for that and subscribe, check my channel, check my page on the Nexus, and oh my god, I shall see you next time. Goodbye.